Alright class, this is a tutorial on how to actually calculate your current grade. Okay. Now your version of this worksheet is going to be locked except for all the white cells here. So if you delete those, you can actually put in your scores. Okay. So we'll just kind of go through everything right now. So as far as all your homework scores, you're going to want to put in your scores as a percentage. Okay, this is the only one that's going to be percentage. Now, if you don't have access to the percentage through Beachborn, and if your scores that you're reading off are just the values from WebAssign, then you're going to have to calculate those scores off of this worksheet. You might have to do like whatever your score is out of 8 points or whatever and get that percentage. But make sure you put it as a number between 0 and 100. So if you got like a 97%, you put 97 and so forth. Now it's going to automatically highlight which one is the lowest score. So I'm going to just make up some numbers here. So those are your lowest scores so far. But if you start putting in other numbers like 63, that'll become your lowest score. 78. Yeah, and so forth. So I'm just going to make up numbers here. Now you'll notice that it's the total possible are here, and then up to where you actually enter, that's the current possible, and then those are your scores right here. Okay. Now your total grade is not going to get calculated until everything's in there. There's a couple errors here. So I think if I put in the activity, like the first activity actually starts, okay, yeah, it starts to actually give you the current grade. Alright, so I'm just going to keep, you can also have zeros. It'll drop your lowest grade. So like, say you have some zeros here, or really low scores, like 5. What's up? Maybe got some hundreds. Oops. And I think you can do up to 1 decimal place. Let me see. See, that's out of the scope of our data, so it'll actually capture any errors. Yeah, that's actually okay. Okay, so it calculates your grade for the homework, or at least the points that you got that were counted towards it, and it'll drop your lowest. Okay, so if you actually were to highlight these by pressing Control, and also those last homeworks are automatically 100. So yeah, that's that. Okay, so now for activities, same thing here. Now on the syllabus, you didn't actually get to have one that's dropped, but I revised it, and I'm going to drop at least one activity. Okay, so you might have not gotten 15 on everything. You might have actually skipped one. Again, if I put in like 20, that'll give you an error, because you can't actually have that many points. Now it only dropped one of the zeros. Okay. Now if I actually start to change things up, yeah, it tries to get a unique zero. That's why there's a different column here, so don't worry about that. It might switch from this one to the next one. Like if I change this one to 13, who knows? Yeah, it actually switched to that. And that's just because there's some hidden zeros in the code here. Alright, for maintenance, now you have to actually have your quiz score. Let's say you got less than 70% on your quiz. So less than 70% of 33, you would have to have scored like less than 23, or 23 or less. So if I get a 24 here, oops, that's a wrong cell, 24, it'll actually automatically give you the maintenance score. But if I got a 23 right below the threshold, it actually won't. Okay. But if you actually came in and got maintenance, then you can actually put in your score here at 16, and it will count it. Okay. So let's do 30. Again, if I do over that, it'll give you an error. And we got 33, let's say 24, okay. And then the exams, okay, you might have gotten like 65, and it won't give you the maintenance, right? Actually, this one, the 23 does give you the maintenance points. Oh yeah, you basically overwrite it when you actually come in for maintenance, okay? And then also, let's say we got a 78 here, and it automatically did it. But if you get any zeros here, and you actually came in for maintenance, then you would include it here. Okay, and you don't have to put in 16s here if you already got them here. Okay, now that's your current grade, given these numbers. That's your current grade right here, and that is actually because it's your score out of the 850. Okay, and then you can actually play around with what you need to get on the final exam. Like, for example, if this person gets a 0, like doesn't show up for the final, they'll still actually get a 74 in the class. Okay, so you can play around with that, and then at that point, you see how it is out of actually 1,000. Okay. We get 150, this person gets an A, they actually get an 89.2, which that would actually be an A in my class. Okay, hopefully that was a nice little tutorial for you. I hope there's not too many bugs in this. My TAs are actually reviewing this as we speak, but I doubt that there's any issues. Okay.